We've got Brendan Taylor. Mike's.
Telford, how you doing? Good.
You can still walk.
Yeah, Alton. Yeah, Alton's soft.
Brendan, when you and Sean Williams were batting, I think you added 54 and 49 balls. You looked like you were cruising to that target. Are you disappointed, especially with the shots the two of you played to get out?
Yeah, I think we both felt we were cruising nicely, but again, we've found ways to get out at crucial periods, some soft dismissals as well. So that's been a major downfall for us in the last 4 games. You know, crucial periods when batters have needed to get through those initial periods and finding ways to get out. So it's not helping the team's cause, but that's the way it goes, I guess.
Brendan, does it feel a little bit like a missed opportunity this game in the sense that you could feel a bit of anxiety in Pakistan's game and I suppose maybe a lack of confidence after their past 2 matches that you might have been able to sneak in? Absolutely. We certainly did target this match and we felt that half the job was done, particularly restricting them to 235. But they came out in the first 15 overs and made it pretty difficult for us and bowled some heavy balls and it was difficult to score, but it needed a partnership and unfortunately, you know, 50s or 30 partnerships, they're not going to get you over the line. So it was it's extremely difficult to comprehend this loss.
Brendan, the hostility of Irfan and Wahab, Irfan especially with the kind of bounce that he was generating on this wicket, how would you rate his spell and what kind of a challenge is it to face like a bowler of his height on a wicket which affords him bounce?
Yeah, he showed his class today and we expected he would come out the way he did. I felt it's easier said than done, but possibly maybe could have left the ball a little bit better. I think we're playing at balls that shouldn't have been played at, but handful for you and hence a world-class performer. But they bowled with a bit of pace and you know, a bit of bounce that we're not really used to back home with our wickets being a little bit slower. But it was a good challenge, but again, you know, some experienced players not and you know, probably be taking a bit more responsibility.
Brendan, I guess it wasn't great that Elton the field after 24 overs and then he seemed to bat really bravely out there, but what does it do to the team when the skipper is down?
I guess never, you know, no team wants to be in that situation. It's unfortunately we can't control certain things, and just all we can wish for is a speedy recovery. And you know, there were some senior heads out there, so we managed to keep the game moving forward, and there were some constructive decisions made at the time. So yeah, we just hope he's well, because he's very important for us at the end of the innings. And you know, if he was and batting with someone who is just keeping the scoreboard ticking, there's a good chance we could have got over that line.
How crucial do you think Wahab's innings was at the end there? Because till then they had no momentum at all, and then 54 and 46 balls.
I mean, Cheapers, he made it. He was a tough competitor today, and he fought really hard. I think he also got a good credit to Misbah. He's the glue of their he's done it a number of times, and he batted for a long period of time, and you know, he created partnerships we didn't have. And
were you guys expecting to be facing Yasir Shah in this match, given even after this game, the purchase that Sean got and even some from Shahid tonight?
Not necessarily. We sort of were told from the groundsman that the wicket does bounce a bit, so no surprises there with their full-pronged pace attack. So with Afridi being the performer that he is, we expected that sort of attack.
What kind of an impact Watmore had on your team, especially strategizing? And he obviously has spent a lot of time And I remember even in Zimbabwe, he brought the team there. So anything special, any part of the strategy that he shared with you guys, perhaps something that you preyed on also on Pakistani batting at least?
No, nothing specific, but he did bring some great value and some ideas towards certain individual players and how to coach them, whether they're batters or bowlers. The team certainly binded to him and really taken on board his knowledge. He's got some great credentials behind him, so we're thrilled to have him. And he's brought a very relaxed environment, but I think there's a few mental flaws as individual players that is costing us at crucial periods. But it's work in progress with him. He knows how to get into individuals' minds and their mindsets. So it's still early days. He's only been with us sort of 6 weeks, 7 weeks. So we're looking forward to a bright future with him.
Brendan, what now? You've got to still play Ireland and India, and you'd have to win both those games. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, it's definitely a little more added pressure, but Ireland are playing some good cricket, and we feel we're 80% there. I think if we can just close that gap a little bit more, I think we're heading in the right direction for a good win against Ireland. And if we can do that, India have been on the road for a long time. Yes, they're a fantastic cricketing unit, but we saw what happened at Eden Park and the other day, and which we know we can do. There's no reason why we can't have that self-belief that we can win. Thank you for your time. Cheers.
शुक्र है सुकून आ जाएगा 1 महीने के बाद महीना
Congratulations.
थैंक यू
Yep. Who goes first?
Misbah, not pretty, but a win is a win.
Yeah. We were, while batting, the kind of start we had, and then at one stage, the way Taylor and William was going, I think it's really pleasing that we could just manage to win the game.
Did you feel in yourself batting or and also in the field, was there an anxiousness in the team because of how you'd started and that the match could have gone either way?
Team fought really well, especially credit goes to the bowlers. They just kept the pressure, just kept taking wickets. That's the key in this World Cup. Even if you are just defending a low total, you have the bowlers who could take wickets, different intervals, you could really just penetrate, and that's what especially the fast bowlers did today. Irfan really started well, right from the start. Zimbabwe under pressure, and then the kind of spell Wahab has bowled in death over. I think that was the key. All other bowlers, especially Suhail Khan and Rahat, they really bowled well. And at the end, Shahid, the 4 last overs were so, especially the 47th over, maiden, that was the key. So, I think it will be given to the team, especially the bowlers, and the way we defended the total and at the end.
Misbah, you probably getting to having to carry the batting on your own and maybe a bit of lack of support. Just is it for you to have to always be the person that's relied on in those situations, and what do you wish the rest of the batsmen would do to help you out?
That has been a problem for us. Unfortunately, these conditions are not easy. We have been playing in New Zealand and Australia. So if you lost confidence once, it could be really difficult for you as a batsman to just come out of that. And unfortunate that our top order is just in that kind of state, and they're not getting out of that. So it's really difficult for me also and the lower order or middle order batsmen to just like that, because sometimes temperament also in these conditions, especially when the team is at top, it could really be difficult for you to these sort of situations. And even a team like Zimbabwe, which have limited resources and really put you under pressure the way they did today. So I think top order is always the key, and if we really need to go further in this World Cup, we have to improve that.
Concern is it for you that your batsmen are like not putting enough runs, especially tough matches against South Africa and Ireland coming up? Like, you're not scoring even 250 runs. So, like, what's going on with the top order, especially the openers? They're not settling down, or you have to spend much time? Is that the reason?
No, I think we had enough games, and we are having enough with the top order. I mean, whoever is top with especially the quality bowling lineups, 2 new balls. If you are not confident enough and you are not in runs, it could be really horrible for you, and that's what's happening. But if we against South Africa World Cup, we have to come up with some performances. Otherwise, I mean, these teams, if you keep 200 or 225 runs, it could be really difficult for you to win the games.
Misbah, we saw some really aggressive bowling from your fast bowlers today, and of course you come up against one of the stronger batting units this week in South Africa. Are we see that kind of aggressive approach from your quicks again?
That is the only survival for us. If your batting is not clicking, then you need to be really aggressive in your fielding and aggressive in your bowling lineup, because if it could not, he's doing. Everybody knows that he's capable of doing some batting also, and I think today he showed that almost he single-handedly just saved the whole team. His inning was very important, and then the kind of bowling he did, especially he bowled really quick and some intelligent, good bouncers, and also he just mixed the length very well. So he is at the moment, you could say, really for our team.
Misbah, congratulations on the win first. Coming from Pakistan recently, I know what the reactions were, so this is really good, and congratulations on the win first of all. Secondly, just two small questions. Irfan, his spell today, and especially the length that he bowled, is the kind of length that you expect him to bowl on the back foot time and again. And secondly, someone whom you recently termed the oxygen of the team, and you've somehow just totally cut off the supply of oxygen. Sarfraz Ahmed I'm talking about. And any reasons at all? Now perhaps you think drafted in the playing 11?
Yeah, we barely just want to play Sarfraz, but I mean, we trouble. Our batting is struggling, and if we put 7 batsmen, then we are 1 bowler. So that's the kind of problem we are facing at the moment. Only thing we could do is that Sarfraz can open. But considering that he had opened in few practice games, and it's a bit different from Asian conditions to just open in Australia and New Zealand. So it's a difficult decision for us. So let's see in future. Maybe we have to do it. Irfan obviously bowled really well today, and it all depends the kind of batsman he's bowling, and I think Zimbabweans playing against his short bowling and length bowling, so that was the plan, and that's what he did. Maybe against the different teams he will bowl different lengths, so that was the strategy today, and he really bowled well.
Misbah, still on selections, never easy to drop a player as experienced as Yunus. Could talk to us a little bit about that. And also, Yasir Shah played in the first game against India. High pressure game, has been missing from the next 2. Where does he figure in plays?
Yeah, actually, we could have gone with Yasir Shah today, but it was totally up against the opposition. That's why we just went with 4 seamers, because Grant have worked really for a longer time with the Zimbabweans, and we also know that they are good players of spin. And today they played Shahid Afridi very well, and I think that was, you could say, a decision against Zimbabwe, and we just put another because they are comfortable against spinners. So maybe if we are playing any other team, we could have picked Yasir Shah on this pitch. And regarding Yunus, I think it's the same scenario. It's really difficult for us in terms of bowling. We need to figure out 5 bowlers, and then we need to just play with 6 batsmen. So it's really difficult to just adjust everything. He was a bit of tough times, not scoring runs, and a bit of out of form. Sometimes pressure mounts on senior players. So I think just talked to him and decided that, okay, let's see, just give him a few games off and then see when we need him. I mean, we haven't write him off because he's a kind of a player who could really do well for your team. So he's very much part of the team, and let's see in coming games what we can do.
Since there are no more questions,
मिसबा जी, बैटिंग के जो मसाइल हैं वो अपनी जगह अभी तक बरकरार हैं. आपने जिस अभी जो सवाल हुआ सरफराज के बारे में, जो आपने कहा कि एशियन विकेटों पे उनका ज़्यादातर है. नासिर जमशेद जो है प्रैक्टिस मैच, वार्म अप मैच खेला, उसके बाद फिर आपने 2 मैच खिला लिए, तो ना उनसे वो फील्डिंग हो रही है, ना उनकी कोई यूटिलिटी बैटिंग में है. तो आप क्या कंसिडर करेंगे कि आप मतलब सीनियर प्लेयर को भी बिठाने का बोल्ड डिसीजन हुआ, तो अब नासिर जमशेद की जगह किसी तरह बैटिंग ऑर्डर में कोई तब्दीली ला के कुछ की जाए?
देखें अभी नेक्स्ट गेम भी हमारे लिए इम्पोर्टेंट, हर गेम ही अब तो हमारे लिए विन हमने जीतनी है। ऐसी सिचुएशन में हम लोग नॉकआउट स्टेज है हमारे लिए, तो कोशिश करेंगे कि हम कोई भी ऐसी चेंज जिससे टीम को फ़ायदा हो वो ज़रूर करेंगे और लेट्स सी।
मिसबाह, अब अगला मैच आपका यूएई के साथ है, तो यूएई के साथ आप टीम में किसी तब्दीली के साथ जाएंगे या अभी ये सब वक्त होगा?
देखिए कोशिश करेंगे, हम वहाँ की कंडीशंस को देखेंगे और अपोजिशन को देखेंगे और जहाँ हमें ज़रूरत नज़र आ बैठ के सोचेंगे उसके बारे में और फिर डिसीजन करेंगे। ऑब्वियसली एक कंसर्न है हमारे लिए बैटिंग, क्योंकि जितने भी मैच हुए हैं उसमें हम लोगों ने स्ट्रगल किया और बड़ी मुश्किल 200 नहीं किया और एक में बड़ी मुश्किल से 225 किया, आज भी 230 किया। रिलेटिवली एक से कि बहुत ज़्यादा इतनी जिसको कहते हैं कि बड़ी लाइनअप नहीं थी लाइनअप। तो आई थिंक कुछ चीज़ें ऐसी हैं जिन्हें हमें सॉर्ट आउट करना पड़ेगा अगर हम आगे अच्छी टीमों के खिलाफ जीतना चाहते हैं।
मिसबाह, 6 मुसलसल नाकामियों के बाद पाकिस्तान की ये पहली जीत है। इस मैच का टर्निंग पॉइंट क्या था? 35 से 40 में ओवर का खेल जहां जिम्बाब्वे सिर्फ 11 रन कर सका और उसकी 3 विकेटें गिरी, या फिर वहाब रियाज की इख्तितामी ओवर्स में बैटिंग?
दोनों मेरे ख्याल में वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट थी। वहाँ 50 रन थे, उसके बगैर तो प्रेशर बन ही ना पाता। वो जो एक एंड का जो मोमेंटम शिफ्ट हुआ हमारी तरफ, जो 25-30 रन जो एंड में तेज़ हुए हैं, वो बड़ा मैच में फ़र्क डालता है, क्योंकि सडनली मोमेंटम दूसरी टीम की तरफ जैसे ही शिफ्ट हमारी तरफ शिफ्ट हुआ और फिर अब जब बॉलिंग हमारी स्टार्ट हुई तो वही मोमेंटम मेरे ख्याल में हमारा बॉलिंग में गया और ऊपर से ब्रेक थ्रूज मिले। इरफान ने जिस तरह स्टार्ट लिया, आई थिंक के एक टाइम पे बड़ी मुश्किल सिचुएशन थी जब 160 पे शायद 4 आउट थे, टेलर की विकेट की थी और टेलर को जहाँ वो टर्निंग पॉइंट था मेरे ख्याल में, वो जो 2 ओवर्स में वो दोनों विकेटें मिली, उसके बाद मेरे ख्याल में हम मैच में वापस आए।
लास्ट क्वेश्चन
जी, 2 सवाल जो आपको काफ़ी ओवर द इयर्स लोग पूछते रहते हैं, लेकिन आई थिंक आज भी थोड़ा सा मौका है उनका। तो वंस अगेन आपके पास अपॉर्चुनिटी थी, बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम था, 100 के करीब आप थे और 73 तक पहुंच गए थे, काफ़ी वज बाकी थे। उस वक्त क्या माइंड में चल रहा था और शायद समझते थे कि अगर 5th गियर में जाते वहाँ पे थोड़ी देर कर दी? थोड़ी सी ये कि दूसरी टीम्स हम देख रहे हैं टाइम एंड अगेन कि वो काउंटर अटैक पे जा रही हैं, विकेटें उनकी गिरती भी रहे हैं। हम लोग बिल्कुल जैसे बैकफुट पे चले जाते हैं। 14 रन हमने किए 10 ओवर में पहले, आई थिंक जो भी एक रिकॉर्ड ऑफ सॉर्ट्स है। अब समझ रहे हैं कि शायद थोड़ी सी गेम को चेंज करने की ज़रूरत है वहाँ पे भी?
देखिए शायद नॉर्मल पिच